Welcome to the channel. This reading will be focused on the energy of Farrah Abraham, the 16 and pregnant teen mom. I did Janelle Evans and I did Kaylee Lowry. Now I want to focus on Farrah. I want to just look at her overall energy and maybe ask what influenced her as a younger person to become the person she became. It's kind of what I did in the other reads. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Melissa, and I like to be a fly on the wall. I like to buzz through the blinds of the person on my mind. And the person I'm thinking about right now is Farrah. And I'll mention it probably a bunch, but this is a general reading for entertainment purposes only, so do not sue me. To support what I do, like the video, leave a comment if you want to make a request. If you want a personal reading, look at my info, you can contact me via email. And if you want to donate to me, you can buy me a coffee. Alright, let's first try to peek and see Farrah's current energy. Show me Farrah's overall current energy, please. Okay. That's quick. Alright, well, on the bottom, if you're new to my readings, usually when I look at the bottom, I say this is what the person is feeling and not expressing, maybe even keeping from them their own self. Things they don't want to face, you know. This is the Eight of Cups. Represents someone that is walking away. I don't know if this is Farrah walking away from something or someone walking away from Farrah. This is the King of Wands. This is like a creative energy, passionate, fiery. Could represent a fire sign, a masculine in her energy. I don't usually associate the King of Wands with a father energy, but it could represent the father. And Eight of Wands, this is like fast moving information coming in, us giving information quickly, or moving quick. This could talk about that there's a masculine energy around her that she's focused on right now, that maybe she moved too quickly into a connection with them. She might have either thought they were going to lead to some sort of rooted relationship, grounded relationship. She may have given them some money. Maybe they were with her for that reason. Let's see. We have the Page of Wands, the Hierophant, Eight of Swords, the Two of Coins, Three of Coins, the Knight of Wands, and the Fool. Okay. So, this is current energy. And I said what I kind of am feeling from the bottom. So I'd say there was some sort of masculine energy, and I don't think it's a father energy. Yeah, it might have been someone that she actually was viewing that as a potential divine partner. And I feel like with this tower being there, it was never built on some sort of solid foundation. So it probably wasn't going to go anywhere solid or real. And I'd go as far as to say that no relationship will have a solid foundation until one figures out their own self. And one of the reasons I kind of wanted to peek in on Farrah is I wasn't really paying attention to all those young ladies in general until I saw something, you know, the stuff about Jace with Janelle, which prompted me and inspired me to do the Janelle Evans read, which led to someone requesting Kaylin. I hope I'm saying her name right. And then I was like, oh, Farrah. And I looked up, see what was going on with her. And I was just like, what the heck? And I always felt like Farrah had the more attitude those girls had, and I mentioned this in the Janelle reading, it's like there's got to be something there. Like, you don't end up that way for no reason. And I always associated it with the loss of Sophia's father, before Sophia was born. But obviously there was a lot going on there before that. So, and seeing what she's done to her body just really concerned me. Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm not making fun. I didn't recognize her, And she's so young. Like, it just is strange. So, to me, that's a person that is escaping themselves. They don't want to look in the mirror and see. I don't know what they actually see when they look in the mirror. I don't think it's what we see, the outside sees. But I think that's a person that doesn't want to see themselves, face themselves, or be themselves, So, the first card that we see is this Page of Wands, which I usually say is an energy person that is not thinking about the past. They're not thinking about the future. They're just in the here and now. They're just about the moment. Like, tomorrow is gone. I can't change that. I'm sorry, yesterday is gone. I can't change that. Tomorrow isn't promised. So I'm just in the moment. Impulsive. And I didn't look up her sign. I forgot. So I don't know if she's a fire sign. Now, the Hierophant. This is a card that represents a person that guides us on a path of a higher learning. Sometimes it represents an actual person of the church. And this Eight of Swords being here. Now, I don't know if this is saying that at one time she had a relationship with the higher power. And I'm going to say, like before Sophia's father passed away, I don't know what her relationship was with the higher power, if she was raised with some sort of guidance or church. But she definitely, I feel, turned her back on that idea, or that ideal. If there was certain beliefs, she may have always thought it was like a joke. But I do feel like deep within, this person is like hindered by yesterday. The yesterday that they want to believe doesn't matter or exist anymore is probably the reason that they have become the person that they are today. Because this is a person that binds themselves, blindfolds themselves, holds on to these swords, and by holding on to those swords cannot ascend. This is a card of ascending, and this is definitely holding oneself back. So there's a part of her that holds herself back, that won't release the pains, whether they want to admit it or not. And this is a person that juggles, that walks the tightrope. Like, literally in this card, the energies are walking a tightrope. And I just felt Farrah and Sophia like that, like those two energies. And that this might be representing how she's kind of like passing the torch to Sophia. Some of these, like, the things that hinder her, she's kind of passing on, whether she means to or not. And this talks about work. This is working with others. And this card in particular in this deck is very, like, frolicky to me. It almost reminds me a little bit of the Three of Cups when I look at it, because of the image itself. Usually the people in the card are like in a church type setting, but not here. So I just feel like for her, work is frolicky. Work is not serious. Like, work is something that is meant to be fun. It's meant to be fun and frolicky, okay? So I don't know what she's doing currently for money, but I don't know. And this Knight of Wands, more impulsive energy, sexual energy, and it's moving. It's almost like there's a lack of seriousness connected to whatever she puts work into, and her own mental health and well-being and physical self, because this is the Fool card. Overall, it represents a person that's going towards a new beginning. They're going towards the cliff. They're jumping off. Past the cliff is the new beginning. We don't see what that new beginning is. But it could be a great thing. It could be crap. We don't know. But it shows like an immaturity to the person's energy. It's like a childlike immaturity. And like not having learned anything, okay? Because it starts with the Fool and it ends with the World. So it's like she hasn't learned anything, or whatever she's supposed to have learned, she has pushed it aside. Like, she won't face it. She won't look. She's just staring at that flower. And I usually say in this deck, this Fool is not all there. I feel like we got this for Janelle. And I say that not to be a jerk or to be funny. We see through this person, okay? They're not all there. Sometimes I say, like, it's like literally mentally they're not all there. So sometimes I say it's like they're just not ready for the new beginning. But I feel like this is saying Farrah currently is not all there. Like, the way she's seeing things is very transparent, okay? Alright. That's what I see so far. And I want to ask what things in Farrah's younger years influenced who this person is today. And we'll leave this one here. Oh, well, this fell out. I'm going to put it... Oh, that's interesting. This could represent the parents, her parents, and that she feels that they are aggressive energies. I'm going to put them back, but that's what I felt when I just saw it. She may even... I don't know if she's ever used the word narcissistic. If you watch my readings, you know. I don't really like using that word because it's a true mental illness. It gets thrown around a little loosely, I feel. There's different types of narcissism. It's not so cut and dry, but I really was feeling heavy narcissist. It went right off in my head like a red light. So I don't know if she feels like her parents are narcissistic energies, that they're manipulative in general, if they sharp with their words, aggressive in nature, head over heart in her life, do not feel loved by them. Alright, that's what I just felt. Alright. So we're gonna leave that Page of Wands. Yeah, just spotted that 10 of Cups. Like, see, I think deep down, like most people, she's probably on some sort of what she thinks is a journey of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, but she's just stifled. This is a person that is stifled on their journey. They got stuck. A Page is like a young energy, like a teenager. She's stuck in her teenage self, mentally. Alright, so give me a little something about what influenced Farrah, as a young person, was there a specific thing that took place? Is it like just the environment in which she was raised? Give me a little something to show me. How did Farrah become Farrah? Like, before she became pregnant with Sophia, before being on that show, which I feel like for all those young girls, it just made already existing issues worse by creating a persona. Like, I think I think this goes for people like Amber Lynn, Foodie Beauty, Nikocado, all these people that basically became, I don't know, famous, but, you know, known because of who they are, which is, like, not related to anything. Like, for becoming pregnant at 16, you know what I'm saying? Putting them on a show, where now, maybe, like, if you weren't on that show, certain things would have happened in your life, and they wouldn't have been what they were. But because you're on this show, your emotions become exaggerated, everything becomes more dramatized. I don't know if that makes sense. I just feel like, you know, and that can go for someone like Amber Lynn. I think when Amber Lynn and people like Fruity Beauty, and even Nikocado, when they started their YouTubes, I don't think they had an intention of being who they are today. I think they started in a small way, like most YouTubers probably start, where it's like, I'm gonna share my story, or my journey, or blah, blah, blah. I see it's trending, or it's popular. Like, at the time the weight loss thing was popular, they saw an avenue maybe of, maybe in the beginning it was something that, like, is going to be a group that supports you, and then they get more attention for screwing up. They get more attention when they act crazy. They get more attention when do you understand? And then it becomes this thing where you become loved for being not necessarily yourself, a small part of yourself that you now exaggerated for views. And I think it goes the same way for the people on Teen Mom and certain reality shows. I think it takes it to a place that it wouldn't have gone if it wasn't televised. And now you have all these outside eyes judging, putting their energy towards, you know, the situation. It's just, I don't know. Alright. Sorry about that rant. Show me, Farrah. I almost said Janelle. Show me Farrah. What shaped Farrah as a young person into the person she became? One card. Okay. Well, let's see what else comes out. But I would say that she can't see what hinders her. Part of what made her the person she is today, the fool that we just saw. Okay, and I'm not saying that being mean. Please, you know, if anything, please pray for these people. Pray for Janelle. Please pray for Jace. If you feel like hate for these people, I don't know why you'd watch my readings, because I tend to kind of not show hate. The more you dislike the person, the more you should pray for them. Alright? Because maybe you dislike them because you see in them things you don't like in yourself. Boom! Alright. So, because a lot of the people watching these people I just mentioned, watch them so they can just watch them descend. They don't, you know what I'm saying? And I think people like Fruity Beauty and Amber Lynn recognize that, and that's why they exaggerated those, whether they did it on a conscious level or not. I think Farrah has an inability to let go. Okay? And either these are people, experiences, these swords, you know? She can't let go of what she feels has betrayed her, hurt her, stifled her. She can't let it go. It is what shaped her into the person she became. She based her whole personality on the pains. Okay, so show me more about this Eight of Swords, where she was taught to not let go. Like, she wasn't taught how to release, how to communicate her feelings, how to move on from pain, sadness. Why is the Eight of Swords here for Farrah? Okay, the Emperor. Alright, the way the cards are coming out makes me feel like Farrah has a lot of things that she hides. If not from others, from herself. Like, this almost makes me think, this is general reading for entertainment purposes only. It makes me think there are things that happened that she can't remember even. Like when she was little. Whether that be being neglected as like a baby. Something. There's something that... There are things that happen that she can't let go of, but I even think there are things that happened that affected her psyche that she can't remember. So she can't let go. Or she's not... Alright, I'm gonna leave it at that, because I could get deep on that. And I don't know if it has to do with the father energy, because I sometimes say the Emperor is the father energy. We'll look a little more, but this could represent both her parents, because I've seen those swords before, that she looked at them, or her father, like a tyrant. Because the Emperor, and he's supposed to be an energy that is a leader that we can trust and follow. But when he's not a great energy, he can be a bully, he can be a tyrant, he can be scary. It could even represent the mother, you know, being an aggressive energy through her eyes. But I'm feeling that's like father energy. So whether he was literally physically abusive, which I believe he was. It could be talking about that. So far it's looking like her parents and the father specifically. And sometimes when we feel like we've been hurt by the guardian, the masculine guardian, we sometimes turn the anger towards the mother, because we feel the mother should have protected us, you know? So a lot of the anger that Farrah has towards the mother could have stemmed from feeling like she wasn't protected from the father by the mother, you know? Or that the mother was equally abusive. Alright, show me a little more about this Eight of Swords, this Emperor here. What does it mean for Farrah's, you know, what influenced her? Alright, that's, for me, the father energy. So, she could have felt like this should be the father energy. Like a nurturing, an energy that makes us feel secure and nurtured. But this is what she felt the father energy was. Like a tyrant, a bully. Like she couldn't trust them, you know? She couldn't follow this leader. I feel like this coming out again has to do with the turning away of the father, the God, the All-Father. This hermit being here, this is when she may have she may have even created her own little world as a young person to escape the nightmare of this. And I don't know what this... Alright. She could have had, this is the Nine of Cups, and it's all about happiness, our happiness, what we want to be happy, and it's away from here. So she could have felt like happiness was never going to be found or had with what I feel is her family. Because this is like, you know, what's leading up to the person she became when I first saw her on like Teen Mom and stuff. Alright. So, like, the nightmare in between, she could have felt like a lot of this card, the Nine of Swords, represents, and it's the nightmare card. It represents anxiety. It represents stress. It represents a person that might not be able to sleep, okay? She might have experienced a lot of trouble sleeping as a young person. And there might have been a lot of stress and anxiety about wanting to be happy. Like, she just wanted to be happy. I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. But feeling like life is a nightmare, okay? Life is a literal nightmare. That's how she felt. And I feel like this energy has a lot to do with it. Taking it like it's the fall. Alright, what do we have here? Let's see. The Nightmare, the Chariot, Knight of Swords, Knight of Disc, the Queen of Disc, Justice, Death, the Fool again. Alright, so she felt like her life was a nightmare. Like I just said, you were there. This Chariot card, I feel like, talks about two things. One, that she dreamed, she felt like to find happiness, she would have to get away from this nightmare, which has to do with this a lot. Alright. This is the flighty energy, and I felt it, so I'm going to say it. This could represent just overall relationships with the masculines. Like, she may have, because of her experience at home, she may have been taking attention from energies that were more aggressive, flighty in nature, not really there for her, in the hopes of moving away to get out of this situation. I don't know if she got pregnant on purpose, thinking it would help her escape. I don't know. This could also represent how, being that I saw the King and Queen of Swords before, and I felt like that was her parents through her eyes. This could represent where she really starts taking on traits of the parents, okay? When it comes to that narcissistic energy, which is a mental illness. Okay, so when I'm saying that, I'm just bringing up like the certain traits, the aggression, the self-absorbed nature, the not being able to, not being all there, okay? It's like really rubbing off now. And this desire to escape, but being stifled. Like the ride's not moving. It's not going anywhere. And even maybe if like I said, this is a general reading for entertainment purposes only, but if there's any truth to the desire to get pregnant, whether it's subconscious or not, conscious thing, you know, feeling like it will help get out of the situation at home by doing that. I lost my train of thought. Maybe it'll come back to me. Anyway. Oh, I hate when that happens. Brain farted. Alright, now I see this Knight of Disc. So I'm feeling like there was this, and when I see this Queen of Disc, like, it reminds me of the mother energy. So, and I don't feel like she saw her mother like this, as a nurturing energy. I'm feeling like, this represents, like, the energies she was attracted to and the energy that she was now becoming as she was maturing, I guess, you know, from a page to a knight energy. But this energy is very flighty and aggressive. And I think there was, like, a desire, a feeling that stability, roots, alright? A lot like Kaylee, Lowry's energy, where, like, didn't have the family growing up that they wished and fantasized that they would, you know, desired to have. So almost like wanting to create the family that they didn't have growing up, that they desired, you know. Like, I didn't have this growing up, but I'm gonna make this for my child, kind of thing. Wanting balance and justice for themselves. Wanting some sort of stability. Maybe even thinking that having a child would bring a sort of stability into their life. Maybe thinking, like, as they matured and got older and started having relationships with masculines, that would be the thing that roots two people together. I felt it, so I'll say it. I even feel like she felt like having a child would be the only noble thing she could ever create in her life, or something like that. Like this innocent being. And this Justice card, I don't know. I feel like this was like a way in her mind that would get her away from the parents' energy. Like, really desiring some sort of grounded energy, and like not feeling like there's any balance or justice, like, in her life at home. Like, no real roots at home. And this is the Death card. Scorpio energy. I don't know. When I just saw this, I just felt like she felt like the father energy, like, was trying to keep her from becoming who she was supposed to be. I felt it, so I said it. But this is overall representing a person that it represents a permanent ending, and also sometimes a new day. But it's like the person shedding the old skin, and sometimes I say it's not by choice. So, and even I sometimes feel this represents someone going through so much emotional, physical pain, like they're ripping their own skin off. Like, they don't want to be in their own self. So this might be where this thing of not loving one's self, not being comfortable in one's skin, started. Or what's the word? Like, the seed was planted here, you know, and then as time progresses, it just develops into a more serious, you know, issue where we're not all there. and we're jumping off the cliff into a new start that we're not mature enough to handle or understand. Oh. Alright. Yeah, Farrah's energy is, sad. And I don't say that being, like, sad. Alright. Alright, guys, I'm gonna end it there, and let me know if there's another teen mom that you would like to, you know, peek in on, or if there's questions I didn't ask about Janelle, or Kaylee, or Farrah that you would like me to ask. Alright, guys, I'll see you next time.